Hey, Grandpa! You lost the retirement home or what? The hangar erupted with laughter. A few young mechanics, dressed in spotless coveralls, nudged each other as the old man shuffled through the doors. His uniform was faded, the name tag barely visible, and a scar ran along his cheek, one that looked as old as the tank sitting dead in the middle of the room. Henry Cole didn't respond. He just looked at the massive modern tank before him, a beast of a machine, silent and still under the harsh fluorescent lights. Lieutenant Branson, the youngest officer in the engineering unit, folded his arms and smirked. Major Hawkins said someone experienced was coming to help us fix the Abrams. Didn't expect him to send Santa with a toolbox. The laughter got louder. Cole simply set his dented old metal case beside the tank and said quietly, "Which one of you geniuses decided to override a military turbine with a civilian diagnostic kit?" The room went still. Branson frowned. "What?" Cole's tired eyes flicked toward him. "You burned the main signal relay by forcing an incompatible handshake. That's why your machine's dead. You didn't kill the engine, you confused it." The major stepped in from the doorway, expression unreadable. "Lieutenant, next time you mock someone, make sure they didn't write the manual you're trying to follow." Every soldier straightened instantly. Branson's smirk faded. Cole sighed, running his hand along the cold metal hull. "Let's see what she's trying to tell us before she gives up completely." And with that, the hangar fell silent except for the creak of old boots and the faint click of tools that hadn't been used on base in years. The engineers gathered around as Cole inspected the tank like a surgeon. His eyes moved across every wire, every panel, his fingertips brushing the steel as if he could feel its pain. "You see, this machine's too quiet," he murmured. "That's never a good sign. A real engine always hums, even when it's off. It tells you what it needs if you listen." Branson rolled his eyes. "With respect, sir, it's a turbine, not a dog." Cole didn't look up. "You talk too much for a man who's never seen one rebuilt under fire." The words hit harder than expected. The major glanced at Branson. "Let him work." Cole kneeled, opened the rear access panel, and pulled a cable loose. "There's your problem. You've got interference between the digital relay and the analog control. Whoever installed this forgot older tech doesn't like new tricks." A young private whispered, "Sir, how'd you even see that?" Cole chuckled softly. "I didn't. I felt it." He started reconnecting the lines, hands moving with a rhythm that didn't belong to a retiree. The room filled with the metallic clicks of tools and quiet breathing. "Reminds me of Fallujah," he muttered, almost to himself. "Different noise, same heartbeat." The major raised a brow. "You were there?" Cole nodded slightly. "When the sand clogged every filter we had. Fixed tanks with coffee filters and a prayer. For the first time, no one laughed. 2 hours passed. Sweat dripped from foreheads. The tank remained silent. Branson paced behind him, muttering, "This is pointless. We could have just waited for the tech crew from the depot." Cole turned his head slowly. "You're free to call them. But by the time they arrive, you'll be filling paperwork for a new turbine worth $3 million. Branson's face flushed red. "You can't just—" The major interrupted sharply. "Lieutenant, out." Branson hesitated, then stormed toward the exit. The hangar door slammed behind him. Cole exhaled. "He's not wrong to doubt me. I'd have done the same at his age." The major crossed his arms. "Difference is, at his age, you were rebuilding tanks while people shot at you." A small smile touched Cole's lips. "And I had people doubting me then, too." He returned to work, twisting a rusted bolt and sliding open the coolant panel. Beneath it, the engineers saw the real issue, a warped sensor misreading heat levels. Every time the system powered on, it thought the engine was overheating and shut itself down. Cole disconnected the faulty part and replaced it with a modified stabilizer from his box. "This one's from a decommissioned M1A1, older, slower, but loyal." The major watched closely. "You still remember every part by hand." Cole's eyes softened. "Every one of them has a story. You don't forget what keeps men alive." "All right," Cole said finally, standing back. "Let's give her a voice again." A young soldier sat in the driver's seat, hand trembling slightly as he pressed the ignition. The hangar lights flickered, then a deep growl filled the air. The tank's engine coughed once, twice, and then thundered to life. The floor vibrated. Dust fell from the ceiling. The sound was pure power, raw, unfiltered, alive. Every head turned. Branson, who had slipped back in quietly, stood frozen by the door. Cole smiled faintly. That's what a real heart sounds like, Branson swallowed. Sir, I didn't think. Cole cut him off gently. Thinking's good. Listening's better. The major's voice rose over the engine. Shut her down before we blow the roof off. The soldier cut the power. The tank wound down, humming like a beast at rest. For a long moment, no one spoke. Then the major turned to Cole. You just did what 3 contractors couldn't in a week. Cole shrugged. They used manuals. I used memory, the major grinned. And humility, Cole chuckled. I gave that up with my pension. The crew gathered around, clapping him on the back, their earlier laughter replaced with admiration. Branson approached slowly, shame written across his face. Sir, he said quietly, I shouldn't have spoken to you that way. I didn't know, Cole nodded. Most people don't, that's all right. You'll know better next time. Respect doesn't come from age, it comes from listening. The major motioned to a young private. Take a photo, will you? This man's the reason this division still runs. Cole waved him off. No pictures. Just keep her running. That's all the legacy I need. The major hesitated. Henry, you could come back. The academy could use a teacher like you. Cole smiled faintly. No, Major, I've done my teaching. Let them learn by doing. That's how I did. As the hangar emptied, Cole packed up his tools. The sound of the revived engine still echoed faintly, a heartbeat he'd helped restore. Outside, the evening air was cool. He stood for a long moment, watching the lights of the base flicker against the horizon. Branson came jogging up behind him. Sir, before you go, why'd you even answer the major's call? You're retired. You didn't have to come. Cole looked at him quietly. Because when the machine stopped talking, someone's got to remind them what they were built for. Same goes for men. He adjusted his cap, turned, and walked into the fading light. Behind him, the tank's engine rumbled again, steady, strong, and alive, just like the man who'd refused to let it die.